got here. Ooh, it's windy again today. Oh my goodness. And but I have the FMS Pitts, which is a slightly bigger airplane than what I've been flying here lately. And this thing ought to be able to handle this wind okay. I am at the church parking lot, and we'll see how it does. The wind is it's coming from the church, so it's kind of got an angle going on. But we should be able to do okay, and we'll have some fun. I do have it loaded up with an HRB 4000 milliamp hour 6S battery, and yeah, let's get this thing in the air and see how it does. That's cool, Victor. My wife and I, we did brunch today too. We went to the Uptown Marysville to one of the local establishments. I got her in what I think is high rates here. You can see I'm turning right and the wind is blowing the tail back around. There we go. But the wind is kind of coming from the church, so I need to turn that way. There, it's turning for me. We'll let it back up for a second. Okay, I think I'm good to go. All right, we're going to get this thing in the air pretty quick. The wind was tossing it around pretty good there. We might have to do a weird flying pattern today, which is bad because it'll be kind of like towards the, oh goodness, that was 0 ground speed there for a second. Anyways, the pattern will have to be towards the lamppost. That's never fun. We'll fly around it. And bring it down through here kind of like that. And then maybe the wind, oh, it's swirling off the church is what it is. So let's not fly over there because it was flying much better on this side. So we'll fly over the tall grass and try not to get out so far that we get over the road. I think I had the gains on high. I turned them up, yeah, they're all the way up. I do need to that is one thing that I've not been good at, is you can, after you figure out where the gains need to be on your AS3X, you can set those so that they're not on the knob anymore. And I've not done that. I should do that with all these airplanes. They would do much better. I was flying the Pitts on the flight simulator earlier today, and that's what gave me the idea to get the Pitts out here. I'll admit though, I didn't realize it was quite this windy, and on the simulator you do a lot of stuff that you normally wouldn't do, or maybe more of what you normally do, but maybe a little more extreme, kind of like the inverted flying. I spend a lot of time flying inverted on the simulator. Problem with the simulator is, even though I make it a practice to try and land every time, because you're pushing your limits, you end up crashing more often because you know there's no cost involved, right? And that's good. That's a good thing that you crash software airplanes instead of the foam or balsa planes, but still, I'm just saying, if you start doing things that you practiced on the simulator in real life, you risk crashing in that way, right? So you got to be careful not to carry over too many things that I've been practicing and not been super successful at. And of course, the simulator, I think you can go in and adjust it so that it's simulating wind, but typically it's not. And you can, but it's not really, I think on the simulator, because you don't feel it like in your face, it's not the same kind of fun as if you're doing it, or I'm doing it out here like this. At least I can feel, you know, the intensity of the air and the change and all that kind of stuff. On the simulator, it's kind of, so I really don't know if I set up safe on this, because I might need it for the landing. It is bouncing all over the place. It might be a tricky landing today, guys. Although when I want it to do something, it's doing it. All right, I think my radio told me it's time to try and bring this thing in. I'm gonna flip a switch here. It went into safe, so let's see what happens if I try to bring it in on safe. It's not always great because it kind of limits your control, right? But all right, we're on the ground safely. It did take a really squirrely, woo! Did everybody see that? The airplane just kind of hopped. There, it's doing it again. Hopefully we can keep it on the ground. I should grab a hold of this real quick, guys, if you don't mind. I'm giving it some prop power to keep it from backing up. All right, make sure I got throttle cut is set or turned on to keep the motor from running. Somebody said it's a little bit confusing. Throttle cut on is the same as motor off, right? So there we go. So since the wind's coming from that way, it should be fairly safe right here. Oh goodness. All right, guys. Another successful day flying here at the church parking lot with the Pitts, and I absolutely love this airplane. And I'll tell you, if I would have known that it was this windy, I probably wouldn't have brought it out here. But I still had fun with it, and it's safe and back in the truck, and it'll make it back out for another flight another time. Guys, hopefully you guys are getting some simulator time if you're not having decent enough weather to be out flying, keeping your skills honed. And man, this hobby is so much fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. And until tomorrow, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. Thank you, guys. Always exciting flying in crazy winter weather, man.